When did school lunch send everyone to the ER? My friend Casey brought a black small bottle of Da Bomb hot sauce to lunch. The label warning said it was 1.5 million Scoville units. Most kids had no idea what that meant, but Casey was grinning like he'd brought liquid gold to share with everyone. The first kid to try it was Rudy, who always acted tough about everything. He grabbed the bottle and poured a puddle onto his finger before anyone could warn him. The moment it hit his tongue, his eyes went wide and he started coughing. Within seconds, he was chugging chocolate milk straight from the carton, while other kids laughed at his reaction. Word spread quickly through the cafeteria that Casey had brought something insanely hot. Kids started coming over to our table wanting to prove they could handle it. Sarah from the soccer team took a drop on a chip and immediately started crying. Gavin thought he was smart and diluted some in his water, but that just spread the burn all through his mouth. The chaos escalated when 3 football players decided to show off for their girlfriends. They each took swigs directly from the bottle like it was hot sauce from Taco Bell. The biggest guy, Bronson, lasted about 5 seconds before he projectile vomited all over the table. The smell made other kids start gagging, and soon multiple people were throwing up. Teachers started noticing the commotion when kids began fleeing to the water fountains. Some were pouring milk on their faces while others were fanning their mouths desperately. The nurse's office started filling up with students complaining about burning sensations and stomach pain. Nobody had expected hot sauce to cause this level of mayhem. I decided to try it myself with just a tiny amount on my fingertip. Even though I loved spicy food and ate jalapenos regularly, this was different. The heat built slowly, then exploded like fireworks in my mouth. My eyes watered and my nose started running. I couldn't focus on anything except finding relief from the burning sensation. More kids kept coming over despite seeing others suffering. Some took videos of their friends trying it for social media. The cafeteria looked like a disaster zone with spilled milk everywhere and kids lying on benches moaning. A few were rolling on the floor holding their stomachs while their friends tried to help. The principal finally showed up and confiscated the bottle from Casey. By then, at least 30 kids had tried it and half of them were in genuine distress. Some parents had to come pick up their kids early because they couldn't function in class. The nurse ran out of milk and started giving kids ice cream from the cafeteria freezer. Casey got suspended for 3 days for bringing a dangerous substance to school. The kids who went to the hospital for severe reactions had to get IVs for dehydration from vomiting. Parents were calling the school threatening lawsuits. What started as a stupid dare had turned into a legitimate emergency situation requiring multiple ambulances. The aftermath was intense with new rules about bringing food items to share. They banned any hot sauce over 50,000 Scoville units and started monitoring lunch more closely. Some kids were traumatized and wouldn't eat anything spicy for months. Others became obsessed with building their heat tolerance and started a hot sauce club. I learned that Da Bomb wasn't meant for direct consumption, but for adding tiny amounts to large batches of food. The kids who took swigs had essentially poisoned themselves with concentrated capsaicin. Their bodies reacted like they'd ingested something toxic, because in those quantities it basically was lethal. A week later, I was in chemistry class when the teacher brought up our incident as a lesson about chemical concentrations. She explained how capsaicin worked on pain receptors and why milk helped neutralize it. The whole class was taking notes when the principal walked in with a serious expression and whispered something to our teacher. She went pale and dismissed class early, telling us to go straight home. As we filed out confused, I overheard her telling another teacher that 3 kids from our school were just admitted to the ICU. Their delayed reactions to the hot sauce had caused severe complications that nobody had anticipated. The last thing I heard was, that wasn't real Da Bomb hot sauce. Someone replaced it with pure capsaicin extract. This is a deliberate attack on our school. Full story on channel linked below.